Welcome to Becoming a Cook. I'm Charlie Wetzel. My family and I went to Italy about 5 years ago, and we went to a prosciutto factory, which was a great experience because prosciutto is one of the great hams of the world. And I've always wanted to buy a prosciutto, but to get one, it's, I don't know, $350, $400, $500. I don't know how much that is. But the other ham that rivals prosciutto, or some people would say is even better, is Serrano ham from Spain. And I saw my chance to buy a Serrano ham. I won't tell you who I ordered it from. And I've waited a couple days for it. It arrived today. I'm excited about opening it. I thought I would share the experience with you. So here we go. Oh, it's heavier than I thought. Oh, this doesn't look that big, but it's really heavy. Let me see if I can get this open without injuring myself. Ooh. This is the ham. Oh my gosh, it's bigger than I thought it would be. And these are the goodies they sent along with it. They even sent me a knife. That's pretty sharp. And you can see it's long for long strokes. This, I believe, is a stand that can be used to present it. I'm going to go ahead and put this stand together, and when I come back, we'll take a look at this. This has been set up so that it can rest in here. You can see this has a spike on it, and this does as well, to hold this in place so that you can take slices off of this. I think we're going to be slicing from this for quite some time. This Jamón Serrano Español, my wife probably is laughing at my pronunciation right now because she speaks Spanish, but this is a product of Spain. It's a Spanish ham, and it has ham and Mediterranean sea salt only. So there's no processing, no nitrates, no nitrites, no added coloring, no lactose, no gluten, anything else. It's just pork and salt that cured this, and then of course thyme and dry mountain air. This is supposed to be set with the leg going up this way. So I'm going to drop this on this spike here and then clamp this down. They say that you want this good and tight because you don't want this to move when you're carving it. They recommend either storing it on the stand or putting it in like a cloth or burlap bag and hanging it by the hoof end in a cool, dry place. We're not going to be hanging it by the hoof end. The next thing you're supposed to do with this is remove this rind. So this is supposed to get a cut away from the hoof. Well, it's an experiment. And then make a cut in this skin. They tell you, you take that off so you have access to the meat, but then you actually take that piece and you put it back over the meat when you're done to help protect it. If I get fat, that's okay because the fat is going to help to kind of seal it when I put it back on. So I'm just giving this some pressure to pull it back. The reason I'm not using this knife is look how difficult this would be. This utility knife, it's not too long. And the shorter the knife, the easier it is to control. I did a little research on this because I was afraid we were going to have to put it in the refrigerator, and this thing's huge to put in a refrigerator. But I found out you can keep this at room temperature as long as it's a place that is dry and has air circulation. I think our pantry will be perfect. And I'll put this skin back on to store it, and I will put a cotton cloth over it. They even said in the literature that I looked at that this can actually develop a mold on it. And believe it or not, if it does, you take a cloth with olive oil, you rub it until the mold is off, and then you slice off that little bit that was affected, and you're good to go. You don't throw it away. It's not an unusual occurrence because you don't want to throw away a $85 or $90 piece of meat just because it grew some mold on it if that's not really what you're supposed to do. From what I understand with this, you're supposed to take the thinnest possible slices that you can. Let's see what we can do here. It tastes basically the same as prosciutto. Oh, you want a piece? I'm already being accosted for samples of this. So, that's better. This is a little bit thinner. My wife is first. Carolyn, our longtime friend, is here. Carolyn, would you like a slice? I can actually see light through that one, so that one I'm getting better. My understanding is that you do thin slices. The other way that you can cut this is to cut it in thicker slices and then dice it up into chunks. This ham is supposed to last like 4 months. You slice on this side, and once you're down to the bone, you flip it, and then you slice the other side. And the instructions said you should do a sawing motion like this. So, oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. Now I'm getting it. So there's a pretty good one. There you have it. This is the unboxing or unveiling of a Serrano ham. Thanks for joining me today on Becoming a Cook. The other ham that rivals prosciutto is
Serrano.
It just flew out of my head.